I don't think anymore. I'm so old. Oh, we're live. Hey, everybody. Howdy, howdy. Hope everybody's doing well. And want to say hi to the panel. That's Chattanooga Ed beside me. In case anybody in the world doesn't know who Chattanooga Ed is. And above me is Rob from Aquatic Aesthetics. And beside Rob, up in the other corner, is Skipper Hitman. That one over there. And down below on the bottom is Susie Q. Not the one with the beard, the other one on the other end. Pam in the middle.
Did I not shave good enough today?
The one with the beard in the middle, Pam. Edgy, Country Paints. And then Mike's Aquatics and Things. So, welcome, panel. Thank you all for being here. We've got a couple people out and a couple people that might come in late on the panel. And our guest tonight is Keni from ABC Biotopes. And he will be in a little late. And the reason he's going to be late, I think, is awesome. He puts his boy down at 8. And so, of course, he's not going to miss that. So he said he'd try to get him down a little bit early, but he'll be in when he gets that done. So we've got enough people up here that like to talk, right, Pam? That we can fill in that time. So what's it going on with everybody? And let me see in the chat if there are any questions or stuff. Just throw them in there, and one of us will grab them and holler out. So.
I actually had something happen to me for the first time ever.
What happened?
What's that? A fish jumped out of my tank.
Oh no!
And it's crazy because I just did a water change on the 55, and this is while I was listening to Susie's stream, and I was like, okay, and somebody called and it was my daughter's birthday today, and they wanted to wish her happy birthday. I told my son to go get her. She comes running down, freaking out. She goes, a fish jumped out of your tank. I forgot to close the lid. Fish jumped out of your tank. Fish jumped out of your tank. So I was like, oh, and it was an African butterfly fish.
Oh, no. Is it okay?
I picked it up, put it in the tank, and it's swimming. So
He'll be fine.
Listen, here's the thing. I got 3 dogs.
You're lucky.
Thank God they didn't see it or they'd have ate it.
Yeah, I've had an Oscar that jumped out and sat open air for probably about a half hour and survived.
Wow.
I did the fish CPR. If you're a fisherman, you're familiar with what that is, and that's moving them back and forth in the water with their mouth open, forcing the water through their gills. And it was a red Oscar on one side, it was a black Oscar on the other side for a good 2 months. Solid bruise. That tank was higher than this one that you see behind me. So he fell a good 4 feet before he hit solid concrete floor.
Well, I got lucky because it's carpet. It had a soft landing, so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah, but that Oscar survived. I have no doubt your African butterfly will survive, especially if they saw it jump.
Mine landed on this. It's artwork by Rack. So I demolished this, hit the table, and then went another 3 feet.
Oh.
He was still
when I was a kid and had my first tank, my mom gave me, because one of her friends' kids won a goldfish at the fair, so my mom thought since I had a fish tank I'd want it, which I didn't, but I got it. So I had a common goldfish in my tank, and I got home from school one day and it had jumped out. The goldfish had jumped out of the tank, and we had like hardwood floors, and I don't know how long it was there, but it was dried to the floor. Like when I peeled it up off the floor, it left the perfect, all of its scales were on the floor, right? So, and it was dry. So I took it and went in the bathroom and I threw it in the toilet. And I was getting ready to give it, the flush, for dead fish. And the damn thing came back to life. when it hit that cold water. So I threw it back in the tank, and it lived for several more years after that. But like I say, all its scales were on the floor. I had to scrape them off, and it was dry. But when it hit that cold water, it was like, oh no, you aren't going to flush me.
I wish I had that ending with my Oscar. So sad.
That's the way that Oscar of mine was. He was, I don't want to call him dry, but he was definitely sticky, very sticky to the touch.
Yeah.
He didn't have hardly any moisture.
Yeah, well, this goldfish, his scales were actually stuck to the floor. He'd been there that long. So, yeah.
Yes, I plopped it in the tank, and it's doing fine. So it's like, it was still wet, so it like just happened. I'm wondering.
Oh, you're good.
I'm wondering if whenever my daughter came down, she spooked it and it jumped and she saw it.
That's the reason most do jump, is they get spooked for something, and whatever direction they're pointing, that's the way they're going. African butterflies, those are flying fish, pretty much.
I didn't realize that.
They're going right out of the water, no question.
But they flutter down.
I don't know. Like glided down with its fins.
Yeah, it may have had a real soft landing.
Yeah.
The Aussie's always the one that finds the dried up fish behind the stands and stuff.
Does he bring them to you, or just
always when they're dried up? He doesn't get them when they're wet. So there's always some little, not always, but maybe once every 2 weeks, some little fish jump.
I think he found one at my store once.
Yeah, he did. He sure did. He came out with one. You're right. That's his
We
thing.
hope it jumped out.
Before he got it.
Yeah. May have been bobbing for apples.
Oh, it was dry. It was jerky.
Bob, did you post the link for ABC?
Yeah.
Okay, because I didn't see it in there, and I want to make sure I'm subscribed and tell everybody else to, before he comes, to check and make sure that you're subscribed.
Oh,
to
in
him.
the chat? No, I sent it to him. I sent it to him so he could come backstage.
I know.
Yeah. I think we need to either put it in the chat or put it in the description, because it looks like he's already got 62 videos. He's got 570 some subscribers. So maybe
And
we'll
we'll put it in the chat, or Mike, or
I think Fish Fan welcome.
Skipper.
I'm working on it.
Hi, Dee Dee.
The fish that jump out the most on me right now are my wild mollies.
Oh,
Really?
And I mean, they're F1s, F2, you know, I mean, they're second generation prey by now, but they still like to jump.
Actually, I'll go over to YouTube for a second and pin it to the top.
What's the kind of fish that jump out and grab their like flies and stuff and go back in?
A flying fish?
Or no, Haley talked.
Archers.
Oh,
Archers shoot fish.
she's talking
Or
about
shoot bugs out with water.
the ones that lay their eggs on leaves.
Oh, splash tetras.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's what she just got 2 years ago. Just
Yeah.
got.
Bob,
I'm
you
sitting
got
here
some
looking
of
at those.
Yeah.
I've
I
got
think you
my
got 'em
splash
for me.
tetras with my killifish, and they both jump.
Really?
Right.
So how do you
Yeah.
keep them in an aquarium? Do you keep the aquarium like at half level so that they can still jump, or you just stop them from jumping?
I've got mine down about 2 inches, and there's floating plants, and then there's stuff hanging down in there for them to jump on, but I've never seen them jump on it.
Oh, okay.
A good way to do one of those is to put a kind of a net, kind of like you'd hang in the corner to put stuffed dolls in. Hang that over your tank and grow plants over it. Keep your water level down about 4 inches. Those plants will grow through the net, which is exactly what they're wanting to jump to.
Okay.
And it may even attract some bugs to land there, or your flying insects in the home. And that's what they want as well, of course.
Okay. So how do you keep the net? Like you glue it to the side or clamp it?
No, what I would do is just clip a weight on each side.
Okay, that's a good idea.
That way you can just grab it, lift it off, set it off to the side. Plants are pretty much vigorous. They're above ground plants, as long as you're not using fragile ones.
Right.
Shouldn't be any problem.
Right.
Corey said one time to use a like a one of the glass cleaner sponges things to have there and to attach things to. And I thought that was a good idea.
One of my favorite tricks to use is an old hang-on back filter, and just pull the guts out and use that. Throw some rock wool or even some substrate in there, and let the plant grow out of the hang-on back along with it running. It's going to provide all the nutrients for the roots, everything it needs. That's going to be more for your bog type plants.
You want to be a little bit careful though, because I did that one time, and I got up one morning and like my tank was down about 10 gallons or so because the water was like hitting the plants and then dripping
Oh, like
down the
whipping that up.
back.
Yes, that
Yeah,
is
I thought at first my tank was leaking, and it scared me, and then I realized it was the water was like going down the hang on back filter with the plants in it. The water was like hitting the stems and following the stems out of the tank.
Yes, water. It's called a wick siphon.
Yeah.
So what happens, and I've seen this happen with a net in one of the tanks in our store. We set the net, literally right over the edge of the tank, half the net in the water, the other half out of the water, and the water just wicks up the net and starts to drip down. And once the first drip goes, it wicks more water, and it becomes just like a siphon. And it will just keep dripping.
That's what was happening. And like I say, at first I thought the tank must have sprung a leak, and it scared me. And then I realized it was coming off of the plants and the hang on back. And I just had like a little tiny hang on back on it with some plants in it. But yeah, it was siphoning the water out.
Yep, it'll do it. You have to watch for that.
That only took me 35 minutes, but it's pinned up there now. I think it is. I went over to YouTube and pinned it. And Monica, check out your new tool set. While it was there. Hey, Fanaticals.
Huh.
Well, other fish you have to be careful about jumping out are bichir and ropefish.
And what? Oh,
ropefish. Yeah, they both have lungs and they don't mind jumping.
And saltfish.
Oh, I don't know anything about them.
Just about all of them jump.
Oh.
I know the ropefish, man. They get in the craziest spots, like up the filter if they can fit, and in through. It's like, oh my god.
Well,
tear my heart.
A ropefish can jump 3 times its length of its body.
Thanks, Celeste.
So, bichirs can too, but bichir's still a lot shorter. Ropefish can get pretty long.
Do we have an echo?
It just started.
That's what I thought. Pleco's jumping out when on the LFS. Huh. You know what I've always been surprised is that I've never, ever had a Cory cat jump. And as much as they go up, to Gulf Air, never had one jump.
Nor have I.
Yeah, me neither.
They must be a good...
Are they known to be jumpers?
Well, no, but they go up to the top to get water, all the time. Or get air, not water.
Well, I know. I was standing right in front of my betta fish tank. It was only in like a 10-gallon, and it sat like there's a step right over my 55-gallon Oscar tank, angry Oscar tank. And I'm right in front of him feeding him. And as I came down for another pellet, he jumped up into the Oscar tank, right into the Oscar's mouth, gone. That like in front of me, it was like a horror story. And I just got this beautiful betta from Lisa, and I was just like, yeah, right in front of me. Nothing I could do to stop it. It was just like,
wow.
I saw one of my zebra danios swim right in front of my crayfish as it was grabbing its food, and it came down with the zebra danio in one claw. Just picked up the other claw. Oop. Just that quick. I'm like, oh, I can't help you. Just ripped it in half in a split second. And
I had
Wow.
I had a beta jump about a month ago in my beta bar over there. Those bowls, those big bowls, and of course, it was Amber Big City Beta, Big City Fish, or whatever her name for channel
Big
is.
City
Amber,
Beta,
yeah, Big City Beta. It was one of those. Of course.
of course. And this was
Lost one
like
of them.
Lisa picked out for me special and blah. She already named it. And I'm like, this is great. So like I can't wait to do a video on it. And yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
well.
Select
My next
that.
video
You
is
didn't
why are
videotape
you
that.
fish jumping out of your tank? That was my next video.
You know, if you would have videotaped that, though, you probably would have went viral.
Yeah, and
Right.
Lisa would have cried. And I'm not about to make Lisa cry.
Oh yeah.
Could be a Halloween special one.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm not about going viral for something like that or me falling head first into my pond.
If it's an accident, it's great.
Go viral for that.
Or
I'd pay to see that.
caging
That's
yourself.
funny.
If it's accidental, I believe it's all good.
Although I did post a short video when I built myself inside the chicken coop and couldn't get out.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, are you serious? Like I couldn't get out from the top. And then when I went to go under, my hips got stuck. So I am stuck under, couldn't call my neighbors, nothing. I was like, oh my God, so what do I do? Start videoing.
So, did the fire department show up or what?
I actually dug a tunnel in the dirt to get more room for my hip out.
Whoa,
Yeah.
wow.
It was the third time I put together this chicken coop. I wasn't about to tear it apart again because John was like, tired. He wanted that thing open.
I love it too. I've got a shirt, but Ed and I forgot for me to get it, and we were right there at in his driveway. So, you know.
What?
Yeah.
Is that on your channel, Ed?
What?
The hats.
Oh, I don't know it. I mean, for right now, it's on this channel.
Fish
Oh.
Mafia.
You don't sell them?
No, the ability to buy.
Oh, okay. I sold out of the hats
Oh.
already. I still have about 60 t-shirts, but I need to buy some more hats. I should have bought them before I went to the Crown, but I didn't.
Yeah, good too.
But they're pretty cool hats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably get one of those. I could put my ears over the top of it, you know?
No.
Yeah. They sold out so fast. It was unbelievable.
Do they come with a bill that goes all the way around?
Yeah.
I could maybe special order me one
Oh,
like
like
that.
that. Thought you meant a band.
Oh, look, it happened to Silver Creek too. I don't feel so bad.
Hey, Bunny. Saying hi to Ed.
Anybody in the panel going to Triple Crown?
I am.
No.
2 people?
Gotta miss it. So
I will be there. I'm going to do my stream on Thursday from there, hopefully in the lobby. But if they
Okay.
don't let me do the lobby, then it'll be from my room, and I'll just open the door. Or the parking lot. And then Friday night, we've got a Booty Boys show at 10:30. Oh, we'll talk about that later.
Oh,
We
nice
got
kid.
the band.
Welcome. You did make it early.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, my power came back on.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
So we've got some thunderstorms going right now, and my power was out for a few minutes.
Mine's
Okay.
been out a couple times today too. We've had thunderstorms all day today, but I'm not complaining because it has been like 60 degrees all day, which has been wonderful.
Guys,
Wow.
look at this. My sunfish are
Let me borrow
breeding
it.
right behind me.
Oh.
Oh, good.
oh, they got them a little basin going.
Yeah, so they're in the see them going there.
Oh, look at that.
Which one? Which
What
fish is
timing.
who?
Yeah.
Who's
No.
who?
Corn,
No.
man.
Are the boys always little bitty?
No, the male is the big one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Will the little one grow?
She'll get bigger. Yeah,
Okay.
probably
Keni?
probably just a yearling.
Kenny, I want to make sure you know everybody on the panel. And we have 3 of our people out. So it's a big panel. So we always have plenty of people, even if people have to be out. You know the Chattanooga Ed, I bet. Or you've heard of him.
I know that guy.
Yeah. And beside him is Fish Slinger, Rob, that owns Aquatic Aesthetics. It's Ed and a local fish store.
Nice to meet you.
And you might have heard of the Hitman also, the Skipper.
I know that guy.
Yeah. And maybe the Susie Q down there, Susie Softail.
Yeah.
We've all got our Tennessee Fish Mafia names up here. Pam, Punchy Paints. I think I've seen you on there a couple times.
Sketchy.
Sketchy.
Seems about right.
For the artist. Well, for the artist. But also for Sketchy, too. Then Mike's Fishing Things. And
hello, Mike.
Snake. And then yourself. And for anybody that doesn't know, this is Keni, and his channel is ABC Biotopes. And he does natural fish. And like I said in the description, he really does everything. He's got reptiles, he's got fish.
Native fish.
Yeah, I do. As far as fish goes, I do mostly natives.
Native fish. Right.
Exclusively North American native fish. And then we've got 14 snakes and a gecko.
Nice.
And as I was saying, native fish, and he does reptiles. And we're trying to work it out where we can get him on our REPTILES, shameless plug, on Friday nights. So look forward to that. We'll get it worked out somehow.
Do you live in the state?
I think that we need to see that tank behind Kenny because I love that tank. It is set up so beautiful.
And
Yeah,
he's also an artist. So
Yes, he is.
I don't know if you can see the whole thing. Can you see the whole thing?
let me see.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now, how many bluegill or sunfish do you have in there?
So there's 7 lipomas altogether. 3 of them are bluegill and 4 of them are pumpkin seeds.
And they don't kill each other? That's awesome.
As you can see, they're kind of aggressive, but with the number of fish in there, it splits the aggression up a bit. Is he eating eggs?
And that's a 180, right? So plenty of space.
Oh yeah, there's a ton of eggs in the bottom there. Yeah, this is a 180 gallon.
That is so cool looking.
And you've got that little guy that's some kind of a mud skipper or something in there too. Bottom fish.
I've got there's 7 sunfish. There's a rock bass.
Rock.
This
Yeah.
little guy up here. If I can get him to come down, you might be able to see him. There you go. The rock bass right there. Yeah, hi, Rocky.
Oh.
And then there's a bowfin in there as well, who I believe is hiding right now.
Oh, wow.
That is
Now,
so awesome.
did you collect all these fish?
Yes. Yeah,
What
all
size-
except for the bowfin I didn't collect myself. That was sent to me from a buddy of mine that collected them.
What size tank is that?
It's 180 gallons.
That's awesome.
That is beautiful.
Thank you.
Wait a minute. Here's a question.
So nice looking, like at an aquarium.
How big will
How big will a rock
get?
bass get? They can get, about 12 inches or so once fully grown.
I was thinking to bring my Mac. I could hook it. Oh, it's a computer. I don't have one bunny, and I'm not allowed to sling links. You saw how long it took me to post the chat one in here. I don't know if anybody has one posted.
Remove my head so you guys can look at the aquarium some more.
Do snails live in that tank, or do they all get eaten? Or
There are a few snails in there. I hardly ever see them because I think they eat them. But I'm pretty sure that male is eating all the eggs that the female just spawned right now.
oh, what a
It's
jerk
good.
face!
Scuba Steve said you can shoot your live in his car.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, Scuba.
Then Kenny also has, what are they, rainbow shiners or something like that?
Yeah, I've got a bunch of other native fish. I've got rainbow shiners, I've got rainbow darters, Piedmont shiners, fiery black shiners, mountain red-bellied dace, saffron shiners, got log perch, got yellowfin shiners, bluefin killifish, least killifish. I've got bluehead creek chubs. I've got numerous native species.
And it's the rainbow shiners that you're doing so much breeding with and raising the babies.
Yeah, the rainbow shiners, I've got probably 300 or so of them.
They're wonderful. I have gotten some off of him. They're great.
I can show you guys those. I'll show you. Let me flip my camera around here.
I was hoping you would do a tour. Thank you.
Okay.
There's the link to Triple Crown, guys. Skipper posted it there. So.
That link, check it out, because if you're going, whenever you look at that link, go the whole way to the bottom of it and click on that last tab. It has the schedule for the whole event, and it's all places on one spreadsheet.
All right, so this is my fish room, my basement. You come downstairs. This is what you're looking at: couch, fireplace, the 180. We got this tank that I've yet to set up. Still, that's a 48-gallon column tank. I've got this tank here, which is the first tank that was set up in the fish room, and these are my bluefin killifish.
I love it. You've converted an in-the-home bar to a fish stand.
Oh yeah, that's my bar too. In this tank here, I've got you can see him up there in the corner. I've got one chain pickerel left. He's about 3 inches.
Now that's a cool looking fish. I don't think you've ever showed us that before.
Yeah, I had 11 of them, but I sold a bunch of them, so this is the last guy that I have left.
Keep any darters?
Darters? I've got darters. You want to see darters?
Oh, probably the most beautiful North American fish.
So there's the 180 again, and here's a stand right next to it for a second 180 that I've got to move down here. There's a bunch of crap in front of it too, but don't mind my mess, guys.
Nice piece of wood.
I have the same mess.
Killer piece.
Looks like a working fish room.
Yeah, I'm always doing shit in here. And then this.
Now that's a fish room.
This is like a laboratory.
These are all my breeding tanks. So this is my breeding group of rainbow shiners. I've only got 4 of them left right now. Here's some of the offspring.
Oh, God.
They seem to have some babies.
Yeah.
That's almost enough for me.
Yeah, so those are all rainbow shiners. These are fiery black shiners. They're juveniles still. And a whole mass of Vallisneria that I just cleaned out of my stream tank. But I mean, like, there's a lot of Val there.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are the fiery black shiners. This is my Smith River Biotope tank. So it's got bluehead creek chubs, northern hogsuckers, Roanoke darter, fantail darter, right here.
Does the chub have a round face?
Not really. Excuse the algae, I haven't cleaned it. We got a mottled sculpin right there. I don't know if you can see him. Yeah, you can see him right there. There's
You're so lucky to be able to keep darters in Tennessee. We cannot keep anything native to the state, and about
Yep.
99%
So-
of darter species are native.
These are my baby rainbow darters that bred in my stream tank.
Oh, awesome.
So I didn't even know that I had these guys. I went to clean the stream tank out, and I found a bunch of these guys in the bottom chamber.
Oh, cool.
They had just bred down there. And there's some tadpoles in here. These are eastern gray tree frog tadpoles.
Oh, I've been watching the mailbox every day for those, Kenny. No, really. I told him I'd take some, buy some from him.
And then these are some of my rainbow darters.
Oh, those guys are pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Or that one in the back with the big red fins.
Yeah, those are the ones with the red fins are the males. The other ones are the females.
Now,
That guy in the back there is a log perch.
that's not breeding dress, is it? That's their normal color.
Yeah, that's their normal color. When they get into breeding, they're a lot more vibrant.
Beautiful.
And they get a lot more orange in them. But I just moved these guys down here from my stream tank. And then there's a little tank that I just set up. The darters are going to go in here.
Waiting for the wood to sink.
Yeah, I had it glued to the rocks, but it popped off. And then what do I got here? Mountain red belly dace. These are very similar to like the Tennessee shiners or Tennessee dace.
Yeah.
Look at those red bellies.
Yeah, they get super pretty when they're all fired up.
What state are you in, Kenny?
I'm in New York, upstate New York.
Okay.
What's the temperature you keep this room?
So right now it's kind of warm down here because it's been in the high 90s all week. It's 81 down here right now, and I mean this tank is at 79 and 76, so they're quite warm. But like I said, it's been pushing 100 degrees for the last week. And these are saffron shiners.
Oh, I love those guys. Oh, I love those.
So when these guys are breeding, they get like a total blood red, and that green stripe down their side wraps around their head, turns yellow. So it's like they're completely red with like a yellow stripe that goes around their body and around their head. And yellow fins when they're breeding.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
They're pretty. They're pretty just like that. I mean, they're really pretty.
Yeah, they're perfect. Like this. And these are my Piedmont shiners.
Kenny, your fish really like you.
Yes, they do. Are you a Pisces just by any chance?
I'm a Virgo.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you feed these guys?
I feed them almost exclusively bug bite. I feed a couple different formulas.
Yeah.
But I also occasionally I'll feed them brine shrimp and bloodworms. And then like the bigger fish, the sunfish, I feed those guys Rod's fish food. It's like a premium mixed frozen food. It's got a bunch of like krill and crayfish and all kinds of stuff in it.
Very good food.
Yeah, it's high. It's expensive, but it's really good food, high quality stuff.
What are
And these are yellowfin shiners, and there's 2 eastern black-nosed dace in there.
Are these 20 long tanks here?
So the 3 on the top are 10 gallons, and these 4 down here are 20 longs.
Oh wow.
That's better. And then, so that's what I got down here. This is my This tank here I used for hatching the fry and then growing them out till they're big enough to go into a separate tank. But that obviously that's not set up right now because I don't have anything breeding. But yeah, that's a look at my breeding room.
With native fish, do you ever have to call fish?
Oh yeah, I mean if like so the rainbow shiners, if I see somebody, if I see a fry that has a bent spine or something, I'm gonna pull it out and I'll cull it. But obviously I don't want to get those. I don't want to send that to somebody as something they purchased or end up mixing it in with like some of my breeding groups and stuff.
I thought Ed said call fish for a minute. I had this flash of you sitting on the bank going, here, fishy, fishy, fishy.
That's how they come to the glass so well.
And sometimes spine.
Monica's asking what your water's like.
What's my water like?
Yeah, she says it's city, well, that kind of thing.
It's city water. I honestly have no idea of the parameters because I don't check. But it is city water.
That ties right in with what Father
I
Fish.
do to it is I add the chlorinator.
Yeah. See, we
No
didn't
reason
have
to
things,
check if you don't have to.
right?
Yeah.
And we didn't have anything to check it with back in the day. You watched the fish and you observed your tank. So
That's all I do is if I I don't have a reason to check it, so I don't check it. But if I notice something up with the fish, I'll run a few tests and do some water changes and stuff if I need to. And so those are those guys. Those are all the darters and stuff. And then I've also got all these guys. These are the guys you're looking for, Bob.
Oh, look at those.
yeah, I think was it the little froglets or the tadpoles? Somebody else wanted the other. I can't remember. I said I'll take.
So EJ had messaged me about wanting some tadpoles.
Yeah.
But I don't, as you can see, I don't have hardly any tadpoles left, and I just have a bunch of tree frogs now.
Well, I'll email you about the price and the shipping costs and all that, if that's all right.
Yeah,
because I definitely want some of them. Yeah.
I've got containers to ship these guys in and stuff, so they're ready to go.
Do you have any extras that you can afford to sell him?
What's that?
Those frogs?
Yeah, I think he's got extras.
He already told me what Ed. I think Ed's being funny. Yeah, I saw him like a week or two ago.
I have a few extra, Ed.
I'm like, yes, he told me.
Yeah, so this is just a temporary housing for them right now because they were they were turning into froglets a lot quicker than I had anticipated. So I've got this tank here, which is a little front opening vivarium thing.
You're so tiny, gosh.
So this is going to be another, an upgrade temporary container for them. I've got some stuff coming in the mail probably tomorrow. I think it's supposed to be here, so I can set this up as a bioactive vivarium for them.
Yeah.
But then this cutout here, I'm building an insert for it, so it'll be an in-wall paludarium that I'll house some of the tree frogs in that I'm keeping.
Select Pit says, when you say North American natives, do you stick mainly to U.S. or do you do any natives of Mexico, Latin American countries in North America?
So currently I only have U.S. native fish, but I am looking into getting some of the Gadias that are native Mexico and stuff, because those are North Americans as well.
Right.
And I haven't gotten any of them yet.
Andrew, right? Andy?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's where I got mine. So. Nice fish.
yeah, so that's pretty much my fish room. Got some artwork hanging up and stuff, and it's nice because my bar has a sink, and I have my Python hooked right up to the sink.
That's nice.
And it's a 50-foot, so it's long enough to reach all the way around into the breeding room and fill up all those tanks and stuff.
That's a nice setup.
Thank you. It's a work in progress. Check out some of the new driftwood I found.
Wow.
Oh wow, nice pieces.
Yep.
Yeah,
I love that one.
yeah. So this one,
I love the hole in that one. That one's gonna be awesome in a tank.
yeah, that's super cool. And then you got this other little piece that I thought was pretty cool. It's got a big hook on it.
That almost looked like a face hugger.
Make a dream catcher out of that one.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That one looks
Got
like a
some cool
claw.
knobs on it and stuff.
What kind of wood is that? It's pretty cool.
I have no idea.
None of it looks evergreen. I can't be 100% sure, but it doesn't look like it.
No, even if it was just by the color of it and how weathered it is, it wouldn't cause any issues in a tank.
As long as you don't cut it, drill it, or break it.
Right. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys. As far as the tour goes, that's my fish room.
Awesome. I see some.
I think we need to see your artwork real quick too.
My artwork.
Yes.
All right.
Pam's never satisfied.
Yeah. She's very needy tonight.
All right. So here's some of my artwork.
Now, does that freak out your kids?
No, they love it.
You know, when they're raised around it, it's normal.
Yeah.
I would
So
probably love it
this
too.
was supposed to be a jellyfish,
Yeah.
but the black paint that I used on the background kind of muddied all of the rest of it. So I was like, hey, that kind of looks like a brain, and then I decided to draw a skull and vertebrae over it and stuff.
A great save.
That's one. I've got this. Get better light on.
There's a lot going on there.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in it. Like, you get close, you can see some of the fine detail in there.
There's a piece of you in that drawing.
Yeah, that's me right there.
Yep.
But there's so much going on in this.
Is it completely finished, or do you still add to that?
I'd call it finished, I think.
And how long did that take? How many hours?
Oh, this has got about 65 hours into it.
Wow. Pretty cool.
Amazing work.
Thank you. And then here's another piece. It's a woman as a tree. Blossoms coming out of the tree branches and stuff. And
I like that.
then there's also some stuff like you can see the skull kind of.
Yeah.
It's fitting that you use dogwood flowers or the equivalent of dogwood leaves, it looked like.
Yeah.
The wood is so curved.
Yeah.
Silver Creek said, I bet you like Alex Gray's art.
Oh, I love. I've actually got some Alex Gray artwork upstairs. But yeah, so those are those. What else do I got? I made this. This is a mask that I made.
Love that.
It's made out of a cow's pelvic bone and ram horns, and a hard hat, like harness from a hard hat.
Yeah. Your wood drew Dee Dee out of restfulness. She's resting up.
Yeah.
And she heard the pelvic part too, I'm sure.
Right.
The pelvic in wood. I
Bunny
think that's
said
all the that's all the artwork I've got down here.
Bunny said you should make prints.
Yeah, that just sounds like more stuff to do.
Right. And back when you were showing the wood, I missed it. Monica Lynn, Aqua Designs by MLT, asked, how do you submerge the driftwood? It's so frustrating when it pops up. She uses rocks.
So I do the same thing. A lot of the times I'll attach it to rocks somehow, either with like super glue or something. Some of the smaller pieces, like in my stream tank upstairs, I've got some pieces that I used expanding spray foam, and they're attached to the bottom glass with just the expanding spray foam.
Hmm.
And then like this piece here, obviously it's a massive log and has a lot of buoyancy. I actually had to drill holes through a piece of slate and attach slate to the bottom of it, and use that to hold that down.
What I do at the shop is I'll take a piece of slate and a tile bit,
Yep.
drill a 1/4 inch hole through it, and then into the wood, I'll drill a 1/4 inch hole and use a nylon bolt, which you can buy at just about any hardware store. Along with super glue.
I used the deck screws, the ones that won't rust or anything.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I tend to stay away from metal since I'm doing it in my store.
Yeah.
And I'm looking long term, 20 years.
Yep.
I know the screw will break loose and deteriorate, and most people are concerned about iron. But if you're running a planted tank, you need iron. Maybe not that much, but I wouldn't be too concerned with a single metal screw.
Right.
When you were showing the art, Kenny, Fish Strings, Marty said, amazing art. What type of paint?
So all of those are acrylic paints, but then I use a mixed medium over top of them. Like some of them I'll use acrylic paint markers. I'll use Sharpie markers. I'll use ballpoint pens. All kinds of different stuff over top of the acrylic pours that I use for the background. So like this, for instance, this painting here, all of this, like this stuff up here that you see, this was all an acrylic pour. So I poured the acrylic paint over the canvas and then let it dry. And then I went through and just started highlighting stuff that I see in it and like drawing extra stuff that, stuff that I felt like should be there and everything. And that's how I ended up with all this.
That
Wow.
looks like, and I'm using because I had to take art as an elective in nursing school. So I remember a little bit of it, and that looks very painterly, like it's not flat. It's got texture to it. It's not flat on the canvas. So if you turned it sideways, looked at it from the side, it wouldn't look flat.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it, because I've added some shadowing and stuff to bring
Right.
some of the smoke out and stuff like that. And
it's a lot of work.
Gave it some depth. But yeah, so that's what I do. I do acrylic pour paintings, and then I highlight stuff that I see in them. Like the skull. The skull is just like this guy here. This is just some white ink pen that I used over top of some of the shadows that I saw on there and pulled the skull out.
I heard an artist years ago, describe the term as painting the clouds.
Yeah.
What you see, and boom.
Yep. That's my approach usually when I do these. I'll take them and I'll do the pour, and I'll get my background, and I'll do one of two things. I'll either highlight and paint and draw stuff that I see in the painting as I'm looking at it, or I'll just draw some completely different stuff over top of it.
That's pretty cool.
And now, do you sell those original pieces, or you just do it?
I do. That's actually why I've only got 3 of them, because I've sold everything else I've done so far.
Are these posted somewhere that we could go look at them?
They're on my Instagram, but I don't have very good pictures of them on there.
Okay.
But I mean, they are for sale. So, but yeah, I've got so much detail into these. Like, you got psilocybin mushrooms, and this right here is a psilocybin molecule in the mushroom. And all kinds of stuff. So much.
Jimmy P said he's done artwork his entire life, and this work's very original. I like it. I agree, Jimmy.
Yeah, I like your method.
Yeah. Nice.
Literally making art, like you see people putting backgrounds up left and right of just pouring the acrylic, but you're pouring the acrylic first, then you're improvising the art on top of that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yep.
I think Dee Dee must have fainted when you were showing the 180 and talking about the massive log in there.
Oh, she fainted at the driftwood.
She commented on it, but I haven't seen her since then, so she must have fainted.
Yeah.
Just kidding, Dee Dee.
My massive log.
She loves it. She starts it half the time.
Half the
That was
time.
awesome, Kenny. Awesome. Loved it. Panel, any other questions or comments or thoughts? Or
No, that was amazing.
it really was.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry. So short and a lot of shit going on.
Nah, it's fine. You did really well. I like
It
all
was
your
an
tanks,
awesome tour.
your fish, and your art. It's all good.
Now the reptiles are upstairs, you said?
Yeah, they're all upstairs.
Right. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Kenny. I've seen some of
She said she had the vapors.
that before, so I knew it was going to be awesome. What did you say, Pam?
Dee Dee said she had the vapors. That's
Oh,
why she was quiet.
Vapor locked.
I imagine, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you recover, Dee Dee. But thank you so much, Kenny. That was awesome. Awesome. Appreciate
Yes,
you
it
doing
was.
that
Yeah,
for
no
us.
problem. I appreciate you inviting me up here.
Anytime. All right, panel. Thank you. Awesome questions and
And
participation.
we'll have to get something worked out for reptiles too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just the timing is, from like 6 to 8 o'clock is like, rush to get dinner done and then bedtime for the kids and stuff. So it's like, it's the go time,
You mean you put family time ahead of YouTube?
I put family before everything.
God bless you.
Everything.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm
Even my
pretty sure we can
employees,
do
I tell family first.
Pretty sure we can do an interview at your convenience and then bring it up during the reptiles.
Yeah, I think somebody had mentioned that, maybe pre-recording it and then doing like a premiere.
We've already got one that we're planning on doing that. So
But
Well,
yeah,
we could premiere
I'd be down
it.
for
It'd
that.
be on our live stream, so we'd still have the live chat watching our interview with you.
Right.
Yeah.
And if we start at 7:30 and you can come up after 8
That would be
after
even better.
we've shown it or whatever,
Yeah.
we'll work it out.
Yeah.
Or record it at 3 a.m. because it'd be cooler because everybody's
There you
Right.
go.
That's when I'll be wide awake. Yeah,
Funny enough,
Me-
3 a.m. is a good time for me.
it is me too.
Me too.
Susie will be getting up about then, so there
That's
you
about
go.
when I wake up. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everybody in the chat, and thank
Yeah.
you also, mods, for all the links. And thank you, mods on the panel, too, for looking up and posting things. We've got multiple jobs here, so that's what it takes,
Oh, do you mind if I plug the merch real quick?
Not at all.
No.
Let me
Plug
bring
it.
you back up.
Is it your own artwork on it? That'd be cool.
It's my artwork on it. Yeah,
That's cool.
that's my. I've got some coffee cups that I had made. This is my.
Oh, very nice. I like those. Really
My
nice.
logo on them.
What kind of darter is that?
That's that's one of my male rainbow darters when he was in breeding color.
Nice.
I'm glad you showed that because when you sent the logo and Susie made the thumbnail for us, it looks like stained glass. So did you draw it to look like stained glass, or is there a stained glass?
So when I took the photo and I redid the photo to look like stained glass.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
So they actually come with a coaster. Hold on a second.
Those fish are getting rowdy back there.
Yeah, they're always rowdy.
Kenny, where
So
can we find your merch?
So this is the coaster. It comes with a little neoprene coaster. This is
nice.
a part of Biotope Creations on it.
I haven't seen anybody that has the coasters, so that's nice.
Where can we find it?
What's that?
Where can we find it? Where do we go to buy one?
I don't have like a Teespring set up or anything like that. So if you're interested, you can find me. You can get my email off of fishfam.link and send me an email and let me know you want them.
That's where I got you. Yep.
Hey, Kenny, get with me after. I can be your Teesprings for coffee mugs and coasters.
Okay. Awesome, yeah.
All right.
And I've also got stickers if anybody wants those.
I do. I missed the boat on that. And let me tell you guys something. I've never seen a community page as hardworking and active as Kenny's. So check it out. I was looking for a way to contact you, and I started watching everything and reading everything. And an hour later, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm here for a reason, and I still don't have it. So he's got an awesome community. I meant to mention that earlier.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everybody. And I won't kill us when we stop going live. We'll still be here if anybody wants to be here for a minute. Thanks, everybody. And Danikin's link's in the chat, and I think he may have already just started.
He
Okay.
did.
See y'all next week.